kids, as far as kids being out late after midnight, all these kids, what happens when kids stay out late? Want to share this clip with y'all and get some of y'all feedback on. Let's take a closer look.
First of 5 caught in the crossfire. 3 teens are recovering tonight after a shootout in Davenport yesterday. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd says it could be tied to after prom parties. Meanwhile, the continues for those who pulled the trigger. Fox 13's Ariel Placencia joins us from our newsroom. Ariel, how are the victims doing?
Well, Haley, 2 of the teens suffered grazed wounds from the bullets, and thankfully they are expected to be okay. But the 3rd victim ended up with shrapnel in his eye, and now there's a possibility that he may be blind in that eye moving forward.
I just can't get over a shootout in a parking lot full of kids.
The call for an active shooter came around 3:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Polk County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Azure Resort, a Davenport condo complex that includes short-term rentals. And in the parking lot, there was loud music and a party, and an argument may have broken out between 2 groups before shots were fired, Sheriff Grady Judd said.
They were outside standing up, shooting back and forth.
Sitting in a car in the crossfire were 3 Osceola High School students who
had no criminal record, were not troublemakers. They were just where they shouldn't have been after midnight.
Investigators later recovered 33 shell casings and 3 firearms, including an AR-15 from the scene. Judd said he believes there were at least 3 shooters. And
fair use, YouTube.
They will shoot again, and they may have shot before if nobody's telling on them. If nobody's helping us identify them.
More overnight security video shows a large crowd of teenagers moving around locations in Polk County, including a Wawa. Investigators are now looking into whether this Polk County shooting is possibly connected to post-prom parties in Osceola County.
Osceola broke up a big party after prom party. And we know that there was at least a gathering in this complex.
On Monday, Judd encouraged short-term rentals not to rent single nights to kids. And his message to parents is to always know where your kids are.
If they want to have friends over, have them at your house where you can supervise and know where they are. That's how you have safe and healthy children that are alive and don't have bullet holes in them.
And the sheriff added that they have not identified any suspects yet. And he admitted he's a little frustrated because despite that large crowd of people you saw in those videos, the sheriff said nobody's talking to investigators. So as they work through lots of video, the sheriff is now asking parents to please talk to your kids and to come forward with any information you might.
You know what's bad? That same police is the police chief that spoke of him correct. When they had that shooter that got Julio in Jacksonville, they went down to Tampa. Clearwater's down by Tampa, so he might be a sheriff.
Polk County Sheriff.
Yeah, Polk County. Yeah, sheriff. It figured because he spoke during that shooting of that rapper down in Jacksonville. They shot up at the hotel. It was a matter of fact, it was a girl who was pregnant, 21, and her boyfriend and another guy, and they looking at the death penalty in Florida. You know, a commission of a crime where they assassinated somebody and hunted them down. I think in Florida they could be looking at the death penalty. But she already got 1 kid and she's in jail pregnant now finna have another one. And she looking at she'll never see them kids again on the street. 21, 22. Threw her life away, rolled down there with just threw her life away. I think what needs to happen, I appreciate my bitch. He was talking about he went back in the day where $5 would get you 2, 3 girlfriends. I mean, if I'd have had that tip back then, I'd have got some change. I'm sorry I bring it up here. I'm just mad about. I feel like I got over on. You know what I'm saying?
You did, preacher.
I know it, but I'm willing to admit it. I tell you what, won't happen again.
You're married now, so we can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It won't happen again. I told Rita when I grab, you know what I holler when I do like free. I said fair use. Fair use. That way you ain't gotta pay. Fair use when you grab a breast. Or your wife now, not your girlfriend. But what needs to happen again? I think it needs to be an urgency with everything that's going on. For whatever reason I feel positive that that a majority or a lot of people of color will start to see the need for us to stop the fighting, the back and forth with each other. Start looking at while we've been fighting each other, we losing the war. We lost it. You know, we've been stripped out, and the person you fighting with you hate ain't the person making the laws. That's the bad part. I mean, listen, Joe, we can get to fighting right now. You and I are not lawmakers.
Right.
We're not decision makers in this country when it comes on our future or taking each other right or deporting each other. So why are we fighting each other? The people that say they want to export, and listen, I'm for people in America having first dibs on jobs and everything. People say, I am. But the people that are forcing these people out aren't doing it for the reason we think it. You know, that's the thing. And they make it look like it's a good cause. You saying, yeah, we need to get these immigrants out of here. Now you say when you've done this, you have to go back and say, now, okay, we don't have nobody to do the job. We should have set up better means. And the people, this is the thing now, when you have people of color here, let's get these Hispanics out here. Okay. These same people that brought them in and let's get them out were the same people that want us out.
Yeah.
So now they got them out. They saying, and you know, Trump told us, but nobody caught it. He said, these illegals are taking black jobs. Remember, people say, what are black jobs? He said, blacks, they don't have their jobs. And you know, nobody, I've been with you, I didn't pay him a whole lot because I never had like no confidence in my whole end.
That was offensive.
I didn't pay him. This is why I'm telling you why it's not offensive. To be honest, he only speaks the rhetoric of the people that he's with. They're letting you know how the wealthy looks at us. I'm fine. I'd rather know what you're saying. The time I waste to hate Trump is a violation to myself. I don't have that energy. I need to know where you stand so I know what I need to do.
Yeah. Like
if you told me that you finna come on my house with your gun and you finna shoot me, that's fine. I just need to know what I'm finna do. Now you gave me an opportunity. I use that analogy, not saying that we are saying get guns. I don't want nobody taking that and saying I said get guns. No, we've tried all this foolishness and you're still lost. Stop being stupid. It's time to get intelligent now, okay? So I'm telling you, once I know what you're going to do, then I make preparations against that for myself. We know what they're going to do. Why aren't we making provisions to combat it? It ain't even about fighting white people, hating white people. You wasting time. That energy can be spent on, listen, I don't have to spend money with you. I don't have to shop with you. When you start looking at this, you see how these tariffs are hurting. That's how we doing. If your product come in my store, I'm putting tariffs on them. I'm going to force the hands of people that love me. You're going to buy from me to get them to respect us. Use terror. You don't have to use bullets and guns. You ain't got to use violent words toward these people. Let's get business minded. Put tariffs on it. Force their hands to have to spend money back with their people. Once they start seeing you as an economic power and a force, they'll sit down and they'll reason with you. You will not reason and you cannot reason with a wild animal. He sees you as a wild animal. That's why he will not negotiate with you. Then you got to do business. If he said terror, got other people coming to the table doing business with him, then you got to put tariffs on his goods. That's how I see it. Vote for me for president. I'll fix it. I'm going to tell you right now, first press conference, the only way I'm going to be able to do this, y'all elect me, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm slapping somebody off the rip. I don't want to step up on no podium. I need to be on the floor and walk through the crowd. Next question. When you ask, I need to be right here on you. What is it? Hand lay it down. Listen, hand fist ball. What you need? You're doing a great job. You right. And keep moving. Who next? We good. Press conference over. Keep moving. Listen, we need to fix this country. Quit the Reddit. Quit. The news has made a fool out of these. They give us a bad representation, which give whites that don't deal with us their ideology of how we are. All of us don't hate white people. All of us don't want white women and rape them. All of us don't want to kill white kids. Quit lying on us.